Hi, welcome back to your yoga mat. It has been quite a while since I've posted a YouTube class, but I had a student suggest or request that I record this class, and so I'm going to do my best to remember it. So much of my teaching is in the moment and guided by my body and the energy of the people in the room moving and breathing with me. Spontaneous, it's intuitive, and so between my memory and it being a different day with different elements at play, we'll see how much I can piece together a similar flow. The kind of overarching theme of this class, though, was that space between, or the transitional space. For this particular physical practice, that transitional space when we are stepping to the top of our yoga mat. So while we move through this practice, there will be times when we take a pause there, and I speak to that space, and I recognize how challenging that can be and frustrating that space can be as a student. And so giving yourself the room within that to feel what comes up in that space between, and the response of your body and your heart and your mind, and what thoughts move through your mind in that time, and to also see how much that space between has to offer us. The space between is this like gold mine. Not only on our yoga mats, the transitional space really challenges our strength and our focus, but also the space between is a space that we live our lives in, right? And there are so many rabbit holes I can go down with that as a theme or as an offering. But again, paying extra attention to those moments when we are stepping to the top of our yoga mat, or the moments when I say, stay here for your breath in and stay for your breath out, and just experiencing that space and ready for the challenge that it'll present. So without further ado, we'll begin on the back body in Shavasana, unless there's a space that you prefer to start your practice. And as you settle in, begin to notice your breath. As you start to feel the rise of your inhale, the fall of your exhale. You also become aware of the space between your breath in and your breath out, and the space between your exhale and your inhale. Starting to notice the top and bottom space of your breath. And open to the space between this first Shavasana and the Shavasana that will come at the end of our practice. Open to all the lessons and learning that space between has to offer us. We step onto our yoga mats and we choose to move and to breathe and to embrace mindfulness, intention. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. A little pause at the top, and then as you're ready, open mouth, exhale, release. Again, deep breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Last time here, full and wide breath in through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale to release. And as you shift into your Ujjayi breath, you're going to reach your hands up and overhead into a full body stretch. Maybe spread your fingers, your toes, maybe circle with your ankles, your wrists. And eventually start to bring your knees into your body. Draw your thighs in close as you breathe into the back of your body. And you breathe space between every rib. As your breath reaches down towards the earth and you feel that sense of grounding, that sensation of stability. And take your hands to your right shin, extend your left leg out and down. Just let your left leg become heavy to the earth as you pull your right thigh in close. And take one inhale here. And then exhale to twist. Let your right knee tip across your body to the left. And take a breath along your right side. Maybe just a little bit deeper on exhale. And then no rush. When you're ready to come back to center, keep your right knee bent and then just bridge your right foot to the earth. And use the strength of your center to square your hips and then lift your left leg to the sky. And just for a moment, reach your hands behind your left leg, maybe flex your left heel tall. Create space through your hamstring. Maybe point through your foot, circle through your ankle, and feel how that changes the sensation through your calf. And then bend your left knee into your body. Interlace your hands onto your left shin and extend your right leg out and down. And take a deep breath here. And then exhale, supine twist to second side. And reach a breath into your left side body. You feel that space that your breath creates. And again, with exhale, maybe you twist a little bit deeper. And just like we did on the first side, you'll bridge your bent knee to the earth, so your left foot to the ground. Square your hips, and then lift your right leg up to the sky. Reach behind your right leg and take a moment to open through your hamstring. Your calf will be checking with your ankle. And then we're going to start to engage and activate our core a little bit more. So flex your right heel high to the sky. You press your left foot down and away from you energetically to anchor your low back to the earth. And then you can keep your left leg bridged to your yoga mat or reach your left leg forward to a hover. Now right leg high, left leg low. Then go ahead and take your hands to interlace behind your head. Elbows nice and wide. And follow your inhale to lower your right heel to tap your left toes. On your exhale, bend your right knee to your body and twist your left elbow across. Then inhale, push your right foot forward to tap your left toes. Bring your heart to center. Head and shoulders can be up or down. Same thing, exhale, pull your right knee in and twist your left elbow across. One more like this, lengthen, open on your inhale. Then bend and twist on your exhale. This time as you reach your right leg forward, reach your hands up and overhead, breath in. And slowly lift your right leg, lift your head and shoulders, and reach your fingertips towards the top of your mat with your breath out. Add two more like that. So you're going to inhale, lower, open, think full body stretch. Leave with your sternum as you exhale to lift and reach forward. And one more time like that. Inhale, lower and open, think full body stretch. Exhale, navel to spine, lift your right leg and reach forward. And slowly start to switch out your legs. Take your hands behind your head again, elbows wide. Follow an inhale to lower your left heel, tap your right toes. Exhale, bend your left knee to your body and twist your right elbow across. Inhale, press your left foot forward, heart to center. Exhale, left knee in, right elbow reaches. So that twist come from your center. One more like this. Inhale, lengthen, open. Exhale, left knee bends, rotate to face the left side of your yoga mat. And inhale, lengthen your left leg forward. Maybe reach your hands up and overhead. Exhale, lift your left leg, lift your head and shoulders and reach forward to the front of your yoga mat. We just got 2 more like that. So inhale, lower and open. Your head and shoulders can kind of rest in between. Exhale, lead with your sternum as your left leg lifts. Your heart leads the way and you reach forward. Now 1 more. I know it's a lot. Breath in and lower. Open, stretch out long. Exhale, left leg high, lift and reach forward. Then release, relax your knees to your chest. Your head and shoulders relax back. Take a deep breath through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale to release. And then start to find your way up to a tabletop pose, all fours. I'm gonna adjust this camera just a little bit. As you find your way up to all fours, start to open your fingers. And you feel your shoulders above your wrists, your hips over your knees. And with your breath in, lift your heart and tail, find a cow pose. Right? Stretch across your front line. And then on your exhale, curl to your cat pose, begin to tuck your tail. Lift the back of your heart to the sky and let your head fall heavy between your upper arms. And inhale to your cow shape 1 more time. On your exhale, walk your hands forward. Let your heart melt towards your yoga mat. Anahatasana. Take a deep breath in. And a slow exhale. And then start to root down with your hands. Walk back through your tabletop pose. Root down with your hands and keep your toes untucked for a moment, so tops of your feet on the earth. Begin to push into your hands and cat your spine, so back of your heart lifts up high and heavy. And then push to the tops of your feet and use your core to hover your knees off of the earth. Drive it down and forward through your heels of your hands, so you feel your front ribs pull in. And try to breathe space between your shoulders and your ears. And take 1 more inhale here. On your exhale, begin to lift up and back to downward facing dog. So you'll roll over your feet. Lift your hips to the sky. And start to walk it out a little bit. Reach one heel towards the earth and then the other. Feel your finger pads root into your yoga mat. As you push the earth away, feel that energy travel up your arms along the length of your side bodies up to your hip creases. And then start to walk forward, find a forward fold top of your yoga mat. Give your knees permission to bend. Let your head release heavy towards the earth. Lean your weight forward and back. As you find an untucking action of your tailbone to the sky. And feel the weight shift to the fronts of your feet, the ball mounds of your feet. Your hip creases lift up and back, and with an inhale, take a halfway lift. Extend your heart and crown forward. Feel that space between your shoulders and ears again. And exhale, forward fold, release. And then inhale, rise all the way to standard Bahastasana. Circle, sweep your hands to the sky. And then grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. A little softness in your knees, lift up and over to the left. Open along your right side body. Then breathe in, lift up through your center. Switch your grip and then tip over to your right side. For the rootedness of your left foot. And then inhale up through your center. Exhale, goddess your arms, let your elbows open. And then slowly just spill forward to your forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. And then find your high plank pose with your breath out. Plant your hands and with intention, step your feet back. And pause for your inhale. And feel your thighs light up as you push the earth with exhale. Your front ribs draw in. With the space between your shoulders and your ears again. And you breathe that space between your shoulders and your ears. Next, inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. Knees up or down. Try to keep that space between your shoulders and your ears when you slowly lower to the earth. Feel your elbows reach straight back. Triceps strong. And when you arrive to your yoga mat, untuck your toes. Press down through your toenails and inhale to lift the back of your heart, low cobra. On your exhale, you hover your hands. Draw your elbows back in space and towards the midline of your body. And take one more inhale here. And then exhale to lower down. Tuck your toes underneath again. Knees up or knees down on the earth for support. Push the earth away to a high plank pose. Good, into downward facing dog. Send your hips to the sky. With an in-breath, lift your heels up high. Exhale to bend your knees, then step or hop to the top, forward fold. And a half lift on your breath in. And exhale to release. And rise all the way to standard Bahastasana. This time exhale to fold it right back to the earth, Uttanasana. Breathe in, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale to your high plank pose. Plant your hands and take a step back. You feel the strength of your body as you pause for a breath in. And stay for your exhale out. Can you hug that space between your arms? Imagine you have a yoga block between your biceps and your forearms. Then imagine a block between your inner thighs and between your shin bones. Feel the space between your shoulders and your ears, and then shift forward on your inhale. Can you keep that length and that hug to center as you lower halfway with your exhale? Knees can be up or down. Take your time, breathe in to open your heart. Up dog or cobra, still space between your shoulders and your ears. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feel your low belly. Lift your hips to the sky. And from here, we're going to inhale, lift our heels up high. On your exhale, travel to the top of your yoga mat, so step or float forward. Take a half lift on your breath in. And exhale, we release. Rise all the way to standard Bahastasana. Exhale, fold right back to the earth, Uttanasana. Breathe in, lift up halfway. Exhale, Vinyasa or down dog, so step or flow back. Can you put the intention in yourself, filling all that space between? Going slow and with control. Using the full length of your inhale and the full length of your exhale. And as you find your way back to down dog, take a deep breath through your nose. And maybe an open mouth exhale to release. And with your breath in, lift your heels up high. On your exhale, take your right knee towards your left tricep, shifting your shoulders over your wrists. Good, breathe in, downward facing dog, hips high, heels high. Exhale, left knee, right tricep, second side shift forward. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, your right knee to your nose, shift forward. And inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, left knee to your nose, shift forward. Inhale, downward facing dog. On your exhale, high plank pose, shift or roll forward like a wave. In your high plank pose, push the earth away and bring your right knee towards your nose, think thigh towards your chest. Now pause here for your breath in. So to push into your hands, think cat spine as you breathe out, pull your front ribs in, lift your right thigh to your chest, and then step your right foot between your thumbs. And dip your left knee to a hover, take a cow lunge and open your heart forward and through. And exhale to your cat lunge, lengthen out your legs. And take a bend into your right knee. Then turn all 10 toes to the left until your left knee bends, side lunge. And just take one inhale here. And your exhale, low lunge to the back of your yoga mat, rotate all 10 toes to your left. You root down with your feet, really strong. Then a little bit of a lift and lengthen action with your heart space. Feel the four corners of your left on the earth as you get light with your left fingertips. And then airplane your arms beside you. And you plug your left thigh bone in, pull the energy of your left heel towards the back of your yoga mat. Then rise up, high crescent lunge, take a breath in to lift tall. And grab into your right wrist and tip to your left side, body stretch. And breathe into your right ribs. And then prayer twist, hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. So there's a tendency for our right hip bone or our right hip point to kind of sink down and in, and our left sitting bone to lift up and flare to the left. So think about widening your pelvis here. We lift our right hip point so there's a buoyancy there. Feel our right hip point move a little bit towards the right, and our left sitting bone hug in. And from there, maybe you can twist a little bit deeper. Begin to push down with your feet. Feel your navel pull up and in. With intention, slow motion, crescent lunge. Inhale to rise all the way up. Take your time. And feel the effort required when there's no momentum. Exhale to goddess your arms, let your elbows open. This can be more or less of a back bend. And allow your hands to fall to the earth to frame your left foot. Good. A little bit different here as you push through your hands. Begin to bring your left knee to your nose. So pull your thigh into your heart and pluck your left foot off the earth. The space between your shoulders and your ears, you take a breath in. And stay for your breath out. High plank pose on your inhale. Vinyasa or down dog with your exhale. And back to downward dog, hips to the sky. And with your breath in, lift your heels up high. Exhale, left knee, right tricep, shift forward. Down dog, breathe in as you lift. Right knee, left tricep, breath out as you shift. Down dog is your inhale. Bring your left knee to your nose with exhale. Down dog, breath in. Right knee to your nose, breath out. Down dog on your inhale. Get a high plank with your exhale. Push the earth away as you breathe in. Bring your left knee to your nose, thigh to your heart as you breathe out. Pause for your inhale. On your exhale, push into your hands, cat your spine as much as you can. Make that window for your left foot to step through. Once you have that, dip your right knee to hover, open your front leg with your breath, cow lunge. Now exhale is going to lengthen our legs, cat lunge till your hamstrings open up and receive some space. And as you bend into your front knee, start to spin to the right until your right knee bends, side lunge. Hug muscle to bone here. Okay, think about the widening action through your hips. And spin to your right, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat again. So you light up your thighs here. And what would it take in your right foot to access more of your glute strength on the right side? Can we energize that? So to push through your feet, find the length and lift of your heart and slowly float into your airplane arms. Okay, heart away from your thigh. From there, root through your feet, let an inhalation lift you all the way up, high crescent lunge. And then on your exhale, grab your left wrist and tip to your right. Breathe lengthen to your left side. And use that length to twist, prayer twist your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Now again, notice if your right hip is really high and kind of leaning to the right. We let our right hip settle a little bit more towards the earth actually. Hug our right sitting bone in, bend a buoyancy underneath our left hip point. The key here is to find more of that twist, not from our pelvis, but from our mid to upper back or thoracic spine. Maybe if as you use your left arm on your right thigh, leverage to twist deeper, you might feel more of that upper back space. Working a little harder to create that rotation. Push through your feet, work in a slow motion, rise all the way back up. Crescent lunge, take your time. When we go slow without momentum, we feel a different sensation to the body. Big breath in. And your goddess arms on exhale. Let your hands fall down to the earth, frame your right foot on your yoga mat. Root into your hands and pull your right knee to your nose, pluck your right foot off the earth. The space between your shoulders and your ears as you inhale. And stay for your exhale. High plank pose, take a breath in. Vinyasa or down dog your way through as you exhale out. A clearing breath, so inhale through your nose. And exhale, let that whole breath out of your mouth. And on your next breath in, lift your heels up high. Exhale your right knee towards your left tricep like before, but we're gonna pause here. Spin your left toes to the left until your left toe comes to the earth. Keep your right knee lifted and lift your left hand to the sky. Yeah, and then think about leaning your shoulders back. Pull your right knee towards the top of your yoga mat. Lift your hips away from the earth. Push down and away to the heel of your right hand. Right, maybe extend your right leg out for a moment. Reach to your right foot. Right, from here, three-legged dog. Let your left hand come to the earth. Lift your right leg to the sky. Take a breath in. And exhale to bend your knee and open your hip. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. For the first one, with a look forward, pull your right knee through your biceps. And then for the second breath here, start to push through your hands. Round your spine like a cat. Pull your front ribs in. And then step your right foot between your thumbs. And let your left heel come to the earth. Root through your feet, find a warrior two. Start to rise all the way up. And settle into your warrior two. And find the challenge of your lunge and a lift of your heart. With a deep breath in, reverse your right hand to the sky. Good. Exhale, side angle pose. Keep all that space in your right side as you tip forward for the space and strength of your left side. Reverse your triangle, lengthen your right leg out. Reach your right fingertips tall. Your left knee is going to bend either back to your side lunge, hand still heart, or skandasana, maybe get a little bit lower. And when you're ready, rotate to your left, low lunge to the back of your yoga mat. Root through your feet, find the length through your heart. You're gonna airplane your arms beside you again. From here, drive into your left foot. Find your airplane pose, push through your left foot, and float your right toes into the sky. Take an inhale, and an exhale. Little softness in your left knee. Start to bend your right knee into your body, rise all the way up with your right leg, and reach to the sky. As you flex your right foot, exhale to twist to the right. Your right hand will reach back and your left hand will reach forward. Recruit the energy of your inner left thigh and your left seat. Take another breath here. Maybe you extend your right leg out. We're gonna fly either to a warrior three or an airplane pose. So take your time. Feel the space between your shapes as you sweep your right leg back. Either reach both hands out in front of you, reach both hands beside you. A soft landing to your crescent lunge. Lightly step your right toes to the earth. Breathe in to lift your heart and hands to the sky. Grab your right wrist and then tip over to your left side, body stretch. Breathe into your right side. Prayer twist your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Push through your feet, option to spread your wings this time. And can you lift your heart away from your left thigh as you hold for your breath in? Bring your ears and your shoulders to the wall behind your heart as you stay for your breath out. And slow motion push through your feet. Start to rise up to a crescent to the count of 5. Slow for 4, 3, take your time with 2, 1, breathe at the top. Hey, goddess, your arms, let your heart open up. Release your hands down to the earth to frame your left foot. Root into your hands, you choose one-legged plank or high plank. Take a big breath in. Knee to nose, shoulders, stay away from your ears as you breathe out. Hold for your inhale. Hold for your exhale. High plank pose, breathe in. Vinyasa or down dog, make your way through. Okay, breath through your nose. And exhale out of your mouth. On your inhale, start to lift your heels high. Exhale, left knee towards your right tricep, cross underneath your body as you shift forward. So just spin your right heel to the earth as you open to the right, your right hand finds the sky. Push through your right foot, feel your inner right thigh help lift your hips. Feel your left obliques lift your hips. Pull your left knee towards your sternum. Maybe extend your left leg out in front of you. Lean your right shoulder back. Take one more big breath in here. Your exhale is going to start your transition right hand to the earth. Three-legged dog. With an in-breath, lift your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip with your breath out. Three-legged dog, re-extend as you breathe in. Bring your left knee to your nose with exhale. Look forward, reach your heart forward first. Then push through your hands, cat your spine, pull your heart ribs way up into your body. Into that space, step your left foot. Spin your right heel to the earth, warrior two. Virabhadrasana two, slowly rise up. Settle in, adjust your feet as much as you need. And reconnect to your breath. Inhale to reverse, left hand to the sky. Let your exhale move you to your side angle pose. Reverse your triangle, so lengthen all the way up and out. Side lunge or skandasana, your right knee will bend. Take an inhale. And spin to your right, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat with exhale. As you root through your feet, begin to lift your heart. Begin to airplane your arms beside you. And your left toes can drag along the way if they need to. The key is to use no momentum. To push down with your right foot to fly, airplane pose. Smooth out your breath a little bit. If you don't have a micro bend through your right knee, we're going to draw our left knee into our bodies as we rise up to stand. Maybe flex your left foot at the top. Proud through your heart, through your crown, your shoulders settle into your body. And then twist to your left. Reach your left hand back and your right hand forward. Okay, this is a perfect place to stay. To explore, you also have the option to reach your left leg out. Breathe in. In airplane or warrior three, take all the time you need to slowly switch into your next standing balance. And you breathe a buoyancy beneath your legs that are lifted. Let your exhale step you back to your crescent lunge. Lift your heart in your hands. Grab onto your left wrist and tip to your right. Prayer twist your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Maybe spread your wings wide. And push to your right foot. Lift out of your right hip joint. Out of just hanging out in your pelvis. Feel your entire body help lift you up. We're going to rise to the count of 5. Take your time for 4. Slow motion for 3. Strong for 2. At the top with 1, take a breath in. Goddess your arms on exhale. Let your hands fall to find the earth. Root into your hands, one-legged plank or high plank. Reach your right leg back as you inhale. Bring your right knee to your nose with exhale. Feel the space between your shoulders and ears as you pause for breath in. As you hold for your breath out. Inhale to your high plank. Vinyasa or down dog. Let's take a pause in child's pose first, before we move into our last big layer of flow. So allow your knees to find the earth, hips to find your heels. You can pause here. If you want to grab a sip of water, grab a sip of water. If you feel called to be in a different shape or a different movement, feel free to take whatever you need here. That can be effort, that can be ease. Feeling that space between them. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale to release. And when you're ready, go ahead and find your way up into your downward facing dog. So we have one more big layer of flow, and then we're going to make our way into a couple of seated and then supine shapes before Shavasana. So as you find your way to downward facing dog, find your breath and let it flow throughout your entire body. Feel your breath move and reach energy into every finger and every toe. The length of your limbs, the length in between every thought, and maybe increasing as we connect to our practice. And with your inhale, start to lift your right leg to the sky. On your exhale, take your right knee towards your left tricep underneath your body. Spin your left heel to the earth. Pause here for a moment. Just reach your heart forward. Pull your right knee forward. Feel the connection between your right hand on the ground, your left foot on the ground, and then lift your left hand to the sky. So option to stay here like we did before, maybe extend your right leg like before. Option to reach your left hand down for the outside of your right foot. Start to pull your right foot towards the top of your yoga mat. Maybe look through that window underneath your left arm. Yeah, flex your right foot and pull up on the pinky edge of your right foot with your left hand. The three-legged dog is where we're headed as you release. Lift your right leg to the sky and take a big breath in. Exhale to bend your knee, open your hip. Stay or find a wild thing. Maybe lightly step your right toes behind you. Think about this as a side body stretch as you reach your right fingertips over your head. Good, breathe in. On your exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, so right hand to the earth, right knee to your nose. Cat your spine a little bit more and step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Spin your left toe to the earth, warrior two, root into your feet and rise up tall. And with your breath in, reverse your warrior. You can take a single or a double reach, so maybe one hand reaches overhead, maybe both. Pause as you breathe out. Stay for another breath in. Side angle pose, reach forward, single or double reach. And breathe more length into your limbs with your inhale. Feel your feet on the earth as you exhale. Reverse your triangle, single or a double reach. And then we'll take Skandasana, bend into your left knee, or this can be side lunge as well. One deep breath in. Turn to your left, lower into the back of your yoga mat, breath out. Now listen, you have the same options as before on how we start to lift through airplane arms into airplane pose. Or from here, get proud through your heart. Pull your navel and push through your left foot. Begin to float into airplane pose all at once. So your arms, your fingertips, and your right toes lift together. As you float up, take a breath. A little softness in your left knee, start to rise with your right leg. Maybe you extend your right leg already. Then we twist to the right hand back and left hand forward. Option to reach your left hand for your right foot. Take a breath here. If you have that hand to foot connection, use that to help you twist deeper. We're going to start to make our transition into either warrior three or airplane pose. So just like before, you decide to find the challenge in the control. Let your breath reach you through your shapes. We'll step into our crescent lunge. Take an inhale, lift your heart in your hands. A little different this time. On your exhale, prayer twist right away, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Maybe spread your wings. You're going to take an extra breath here. If you want to explore a bind, you can take your left hand behind you. Maybe your right arm can wrap around your left thigh. You can create a little connection here. If you have a connection, try to lean your shoulders and your ears to the wall behind your heart. Keep your right leg really active. From here, we're going to lift up to an exalted crescent. So maybe spreading your wings again. On your breath in, start to scoop your right hand to the sky. Let your left hand find your right hamstring. As you breathe out, airplane your heart forward, sweep your hands back beside you. Let an inhale lift you through crescent lunge. And now exhale to goddess your arms. Hands fall to your yoga mat. You choose one-legged plank or high plank. Reach your left leg back as you breathe in. Stay for your exhale. Take an extra inhale. Bring your left knee to your nose, breath out. Space between shoulders and ears as you breathe in. Move your thighs a little bit higher with your exhale. High plank with your in-breath. You choose Vinyasa or down dog. You have second side of that same layer, and it's all downhill. So take another breath in, and exhale that breath away. Please inhale your left leg to the sky. On your exhale, take your left knee towards your right tricep. Pause here, keep your upper body like a plank, but spin your right heel to the earth. Feel your hips high, reach your heart forward between your biceps and pull your left knee closer. From there, open your right hand to the sky. Maybe you choose to extend your left leg. You can also reach your right hand for the outside of your left foot. Maybe this is as far as you go today. Maybe you start to pull your foot towards your face. Maybe you peek underneath your right arm. Flex your left foot. Yeah, feel that opposing action. Slow and with control, it's three-legged dog. Take your time to reach up and back with your left leg. Bend your knee, open your hip. Stay your wild thing to find a little side body stretch. Now to release your left side that just works so hard. Bring your left knee to your nose, your left hand finds the earth. Push into your hands, cat your spine up. Shoulders still are away from your ears, step your left foot forward. Anchor your right heel to the earth, the warrior two. Rise up through your spine. As you settle to your shape, let an in-breath guide you to a reverse warrior, single or a double reach. Stay as you exhale, find more depth, more length. Take an extra breath in. Side angle pose, single or a double reach. Roll your heart open, let your right shoulder lean back. Into your reverse triangle. Single or a double reach, just take a moment. Your right knee will bend, side lunge or Skandasana. I definitely am recording this too soon after lunch. Take a breath here. And then rotate to your right, low lunge to the top. Between talking and doing, having ate a lovely salad. You root down through your right foot. Remember, you can lift your heart and hands first, or as you push through your right foot, lift your fingertips and your left toes all at the same time, the airplane pose. Just float away from the earth. Give yourself a breath. And start to bring your left leg all the way to standing. You might extend your left leg forward right away. Plug your left thigh bone into your body and then twist towards the left. You can float your left leg or you can catch your left foot with your right hand to drive gently through your right leg, strong. Yeah, from your right foot all the way to the crown of your head. With control, airplane or warrior three. Find that float through space. You move your breath more deeply into the reaches of your body. Crescent lunge, left toes arrive light. Lift up with your inhale. Right away, prayer twist your left elbow, the outside of your right thigh as you exhale. Maybe spread your wings out wide. Maybe you move into a twisted bind here, so right hand behind your body. Maybe you can kind of tuck your left arm underneath your right thigh. Create that connection, then lean your heart back. Remember to lift up and lengthen to your left side. Left quad and left glute strong. If you're moving towards the bind or have the bind, go back into your wings. Push through your feet strong. Spread your wings in your twisted lunge. To our exalted crescent, keep the twist. Just inhale to scoop your left hand to the sky. Your right fingertips will find your left hamstring. Great, long exhale to your airplane upper body, heart forward, fingertips back. Breathe into your crescent lunge. Let your breath out open you up. Goddess arms, let your hands just waterfall to the earth beside you. Here's our last big push and hold. One-legged plank or high plank, reach your right leg back as you breathe in. Stay with your exhale. Here for inhale. You need to nose breath out. You pull your knee through your arms, your shoulders out of your ears, the heels of your hands towards your left toes. High plank when you're ready. Final vinyasa or just fine down dog. And let your knees settle to the earth. Sit your hips to your heels. Circle sweep your hands up as you breathe in. And then twist to your left with exhale. So your right hand will reach to the outside of your left thigh. If you're like me and your left fingertips don't really reach the earth without collapsing the back of your body, maybe take your left hand to your lumbar spine. Breathe in to lift a little bit higher through your chest. Your exhale guides you a little bit deeper through your twist. You can stay here, or we're going to reach our left fingertips towards the earth a little bit behind us. Let your knees maybe naturally kind of widen. Root through your shins, lift your hips, and reach your right hand overhead. Think like a baby camel, half camel. Drive through your shins, reach through your right fingertips, and then sink your seat back down. We'll all circle sweep our hands to the sky with a breath in. And then twist to your right as you breathe out. Again, your right hand can be on the earth or at your low back. Think inhale, lift a little bit taller. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Do one more breath at least. Then maybe your right fingertips reach back. Your knees might kind of part a little bit further towards the opposite edges of your mat. Root through your shins, lift your hips and find that length through your left side body. Breathe space between your ribcage and your pelvis. When you're ready, just mount back down. Sweep your legs out in front of you. And scooch the top of your yoga mat. If you want a sip of water, you can grab a sip of water as well. And then we're going to root down through our feet. Flex your feet and then press your heels down into the earth to lift up taller. And energetically hug your heels towards the base of your seat to pull your navel to your spine and your front ribs together. With that, reach your hands to the ceiling, big breath in. On your exhale, lean back just like a third of the way or halfway and pause. Notice if you kind of like cat in your spine, can you pull your heart through your upper arms? Reach your heart towards your fingers while keeping your front ribs knit. Take a breath in here. Exhale, spin to your left, anchor through your heels, rotate to the left, press to your left heel and pull your left ribs towards your left hip point. But inhale back to the center. Check if your heart's melted, lift your heart through your upper arms again. And exhale to the right. Drive through your feet, your heels, especially your right foot. Keep your heart reaching. Then inhale through your center. And let your exhale lower you all the way down to a full body stretch. Extend your hands overhead. Take a breath here. And as you breathe out, bend your knees. Place your feet to the earth. Cross your right thigh on top of your left with like a single eagle leg step. Scoot your left foot to the left. Let your knees kind of drop to the front right corner of your yoga mat. Breathe into the front of your left hip. Take 2 more slow cycles of breath. Relax your jaw. And then slowly lift your knees back through center, unwind your legs, and we'll take just second side right away. So stack your left leg on top of your right. Walk your right foot a little bit to the right and let your knees tip to the left. So it's a variation of an eagle leg twist. And breathe into your right hip. Maybe your left sitting bone or the head of your thigh bone or your femur bone comes into your pelvis. Maybe that massages your left glute a little bit. And you settle into your shape for 2 more breaths. You are ready to bring yourself back through center. Just take all the time you need to lift your knees back to the midline, unwind your legs, maybe take a couple windshield wipers from side to side. Then bring your knees into your body. Let your head, shoulders, hips be heavy on the earth, and let your knees widen to first a modified happy baby. It's reaching to the outsides and fronts of your kneecaps. Let your knees moving wide and forward and away. Just kind of create some space between your shoulders and your ears. Letting the pull of your knees moving forward away from your heart. Your hands holding them to create length around your neck. You can stay here or start to find a fuller happy baby. Maybe reach to your ankles or the insides or outsides of your feet. Try to preserve that space between your shoulders and ears. Maybe rock a little side to side. And then from here, go ahead and let your knees fall to your heart space. Place your feet to the earth. Gather the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall wide into a butterfly shape. As you make your way into Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined butterfly pose. You close your eyes and reconnect to the movement of your breath. Feel all of your focus. Turn towards the rise of your inhale. And the fall of your exhale. Can you also shine your attention, your awareness into that space between inhale in and exhale out? The space between the bottom of your breath and your next inhale. And as you feel into your breath, as you feel your body and feel the space between your eyebrows, your third eye point. Just feel yourself in this moment. You can feel the shifts and changes that have taken place over the course of your practice. Maybe a state change, an energetic shift. Maybe you feel more free in your body, your mind. Creating space between the beginning of your day and the end of your day with this practice. You can stay here as long as you would like. Start to reach down to your knees. Maybe bring your knees to center and into your heart space for one more squeeze. Breathe fully into the back of your body. And exhale into your Shavasana, your final relaxation. Feel the weight of yourself, your muscles and your bones. Drop into the support of your yoga mat below. Allow yourself just to receive in this space the infinite lessons of this practice, the infinite learning and wisdom that we can tap into when we slow down and pay attention. We take time to notice. You take the next 5 to 10 minutes just to be in your body as you are, to notice and to observe. And I'll leave you here to your Shavasana. And close our practice together with one deep breath of the nose. An open mouth exhale to release. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. May our practices serve as our teachers, leading us to live more authentically, love more deeply, and see more clearly each and every day. Thank you so much, and namaste.